Hello everyone, it's BramButterham and welcome to the Spell Combinations Guide of Dragon Age Origins. In this guide I am showing you the different spell combinations of a mage or a group of mages in this game that can really help out a great deal in some more difficult fights. So let's start off with the first couple of spell combinations. As you can see here in this extensive tree of talents that you have, there are a couple of spells that have an interesting effect when you use the spells in combination with each other, and that will trigger a unique or amplified effect. And one of them, to start off, is by casting Grease on the ground. So that's an area of effect spell over here. When we cast that, you see that there is like grease on the ground. And then when we cast a fireball on top of that, the grease will explode. And it will be set ablaze. And we have the spell combination Grease Fire. And this isn't really a really strong combination, but the grease slows down enemies or makes them fall over, so that's good on its own, and then some extra fireball damage is always nice to have. If you want to get rid of this, you can cast a blizzard on top of that to extinguish the fire again, as I will show. Actually, guys, can you not attack me? I don't want the wolves to die yet. And that should give us the Flame Quencher, which is another spell combination. Really, you don't use this too much, practically, but it is a spell combination in the game nonetheless. Now, another thing that we can do with Morrigan, which is one of my favorite spell combinations in the game, I guess, is Cone of Cold that we have, is you can freeze a target. As you can see, this wolf is now frozen solid. And against a frozen target, you can cast a spell. Oops, I should get it. It's called Stone Fist. And when you hit a frozen enemy with Stone Fist, you have a chance of shattering that enemy. And hopefully that will work. Let's see. Yes. You see that the enemy is shattered now. It had quite a bit of health left, but because of the shattering effect, is dead instantly, this wolf. As his win, as I only see right now. But that's alright. Okay, so that's the shatter combination. So you use either Cone of Cold or Petrify. You can use this as well, but it's a more of an advanced spell. Petrify obviously petrifies an enemy, and then you can shatter it as well. And the shattering can be done by a Blade Master as well, by some certain talents or a critical hit. But that isn't really a spell combination, so I won't go into that into more detail. Now, another awesome spell combination is called Storm of the Century. And hopefully we can cast this. What you should have, it's most helpful with two mages in your party. So I have Morrigan with me, who casted the Blizzard over here, which is an ice storm. And then the second caster should activate Spellmight. And then Tempest, which is a thunderstorm. And you cast that on top of each other. And let's see if that works. It did. And that triggers the Storm of the Century, which is a massive storm, as you can see, which amplifies the effect of both individual storms, and is really powerful. Now, before these wolves slay us all, let's put the wolves asleep If they are put asleep, then they cannot resist the horror spell. That's another spell combination. So this enemy, this wolf, is now asleep, and we cast horror on it. And you see that it dies instantly. It could not resist and it deals extra spirit damage. That's really good. This wolf is asleep as well now. If we cast Force Field on this enemy, and then a Crushing Prison, we have Shockwave that, as you can see, affects your party members as well. And this can be done quite effectively in, for example, if you send your tank in, I don't know, Alistair for example, and you let him taunt, so all the enemies are drawn towards your particular tank. You make him invulnerable to any damage with Force Field and then cast Crushing Prison on him. That will knock down other enemies around him, deal significant damage as well. Okay, so another interesting combination is called Entropic Death. Now that consists of the spell Death Cloud, which is an area of effect spell that causes spirit damage, as you can see, to all the enemies here in the area. And when you cast Death X on an enemy that already is suffering from a Death Cloud, you see that... wow, he's actually killed immediately. So that's called Entropic Death. Combination of Death Cloud and Death Hex. Really powerful. That deals truly massive spirit damage. And now let's try to do a combination straight away. Let's see, let's walk into the cloud ourselves. And the combination is Spell Might, that the caster has to have activated, and then Animate Dead. It's called Advanced Reanimation, which is another spell combination. And you resurrect an enemy that you've killed before, and he now walks with you as a companion, basically. And if you do this combination, so Animate Dead in combination with Spell Might, your summoned skeleton gets more powerful, and I think he gets better tactics as well. As you can see, he has Threaten, Shield Bash, and Shield Pummel, which are actually really helpful skills or talents that this person has. Now, another thing that I want to do is get some damage myself, and then let's see, there's the low gain Sergeant. If we cast a vulnerability hex on the Sergeant, he is affected by that, and we now cast Drain Life. So this is another combination. There we go. This combination, it doesn't show up as a codex because we already have it, but that is called, let's see, where is it? Improved Drain. The victim of a vulnerability hex, so this one, must be wary not only of damage from the elements, but also spellcasters who wish to sap life or mana to restore their own bodies. The spells Drain Life and Mana Drain are twice as effective. So we have Improved Drain for either life, which is this one, Drain Life, or let's see, where is it? Mana Drain over here. And yes, I did use a mod to get Spell Might, but that was only for this spell combinations guide. I don't use that normally in a playthrough. Okay, now for the last spell combination of this guide, we cast a Glyph of Paralysis, and let's do that on our team members.
This should be easy enough.
As you can see, no one is affected by it, because it's just a normal glyph, and that's usually only directed to enemies. But now, if we cast a Glyph of Repulsion on top of that, you see that all our party members get paralyzed. And that is called the Paralysis Explosion. I guess, yeah, the duration is 20 seconds. So that is a really long time, especially if you cast this on your enemies, on a big group, because it affects quite a large area. It's called Paralysis Explosion. And this, in my opinion, is one of the most useful spell combinations in the game to disable a large amount of enemies and give yourself some time to do, for example, some other area of attack spells. Okay, so that is Paralysis Explosion. I hope you liked this Dragon Age Origins spell combinations guide, and I hope you learned something useful. If you did, please consider leaving a like. That would mean a lot to me. Thanks for watching, guys.